All right, welcome to the explainer. So you've probably used ChatGPT, right? But what if you could move beyond that? You know, that one-size-fits-all AI, and build something that's truly yours. Well, today, we're going to dive deep into the workshop and forge your very own personal AI assistant, a custom GPT.
Okay, let's really dig into this quote for a second, because this right here is the whole point. We're not talking about using a generic tool anymore. No, this is all about crafting a super specialized problem solver that does exactly what you need it to do when you need it.
So what is a custom GPT? Really? Well, think of it like this. You get your own personal version of ChatGPT. And the best part? You get to be the trainer. You teach it the rules, you give it the knowledge, you shape its personality, and you do all of this without writing a single line of code. It's pretty incredible. See, the whole goal here is to get past that generic feeling and build an assistant that just gets you, right? Whether you need a top-tier expert for your job, a creative sidekick for a hobby, or just a super knowledgeable guide on a topic you love, you can actually build it yourself. Okay, before we jump into the fun stuff and start building, there's just one little thing to keep in mind. It's kind of the ticket to get in the door. You do need a paid ChatGPT subscription to build your own custom GPTs. So that's either a plus or an enterprise plan.
And honestly, this is what makes it so accessible. We're talking about roughly $20 a month. And for that price, you basically get the keys to the whole workshop. You can build as many of these custom assistants as you want. It's a pretty sweet deal.
All right, so when you first jump in, you're faced with a choice, kind of like two paths. On one side, you've got the Create tab. It's super easy, it's conversational, great for a first draft. But on the other side, you've got the Configure tab, and folks, this is where the real power is. This is where you get total control to build a masterpiece.
And you can probably guess which path we're going to take today, right? Oh yeah, we're taking the path to mastery. We're going straight for the Configure tab, because I want to show you how to manually craft something truly powerful and precise right from scratch. So, once you're in Configure mode, it all boils down to three core parts. Think of it like building a person. First, you've got the instructions. This is its personality, its rulebook. Then you have the knowledge. This is its brain, where you upload your own files and data. And finally, you have its capabilities. These are the tools it can use, like browsing the web or analyzing data. Okay, let's talk about those instructions, because this is maybe the most important part. There's a secret to writing really good ones, and it's a framework I love called the Infuse method. Seriously, if you want to go beyond just generic prompts and give your GPT a real identity, this is a total game changer.
Let's just quickly walk through how this works, because it's like building with Legos, one piece at a time. INFUS. You start with its identity and goal. Then you set navigation rules for how it uses its knowledge. After that, you define its flow and personality. Then you give it a clear process for user guidance, teach it how to read users' signals, and you wrap it all up with end instructions. You know, the super important rules that absolutely cannot break.
All right, now for what feels like pure magic, the knowledge section. This is where you can literally upload your own files and give your GPT its own private brain, its own custom library that no one else's has. And what's really cool is the huge variety of files you can feed it. We're talking PDFs of research papers, Word docs with your company's style guide, raw data in Excel or CSV files. You can even upload text files with examples of your own writing to teach it your voice. It's super flexible.
Now, just a quick practical tip to keep in mind. Right now, there's a limit. You can upload up to 20 files to build out that knowledge base. And honestly, that's a pretty good amount of space to create a really smart, well-informed assistant.
Okay, listen up, because this is a huge pro tip. Like, you absolutely have to do this. If you upload any files, you have to make sure you've enabled the code interpreter capability. That's the little switch that gives your GPT the power to actually open up those files, read them, and understand what's inside. Without it, your files are just sitting there.
You're also going to see a section in there called Actions. Now, this is some next-level stuff. It lets your GPT connect to other apps, use APIs, and actually do things out in the world. It is incredibly powerful, but it's a bit of a rabbit hole, so we'll save that quest for another day. And remember, nobody gets this perfect on the first try. It's all about testing and tweaking. That preview panel you see on the right side of the screen, that's your training ground. That's your sandbox. Chat with your new AI, see how it behaves, and if it's not quite right, just hop back over to the instructions and refine it. It's a cycle. Test, tweak, repeat. So, once you've polished your masterpiece and you're ready to show it off, you have total control over who sees it. You can keep it totally private just for you. You can share it with just a few friends or colleagues with a special link. Or, if you've built something you think everyone could use, you can publish it to the public GPT store.
So why does any of this matter? What's the big deal? Well, because now you can build these hyper-specialized tools. Just think about it for a second. What if you could build an expert tax advisor, one that's been fed all the latest tax code, ready to answer your most complicated questions in a heartbeat?
Or what about a content writer for your brand? One that already knows your specific tone of voice, has memorized your style guide, and understands your SEO strategy. It could pump out perfectly on-brand articles in like seconds.
Heck, you could even build a recruiting assistant. Imagine feeding it all your best job descriptions and info on your most successful hires. It could then scan through hundreds of resumes and instantly pinpoint the absolute best candidates who are a perfect fit for your team.
Look, the power to create these kinds of custom AIs, it's officially in your hands now. The only real limit is your own imagination. So that leaves just one question, really. Now that you have the key, what door are you going to unlock first?